Scorching and Swearing with your host, Brandon Swear.
What's going on? Welcome on into another amazing episode of Scorching and Swearing. Up tonight, we have 3 products on deck that we're going to be checking out. 2 hot sauces and 1 tincture. So looking forward to jumping into these. These came from Wolfe's Inferno. And yes, as you can see here, I was told this red label cellophane is a red Moruga base as far as the heat, and I was told that this one here is a 3-way cross between a bubblegum, apocalypse scorpion, as well as a Primotalii in this as far as the heat source. Now, for the tincture itself, it is a Chocolate Primotalii Tincture, and looking forward to jumping into all 3 of these here. Just for the sake of trying to keep everything in the same video, we're going to kind of speed this up a little bit instead of breaking it all down. So as I go through this, I will let you know what's going on. So it does have a perforation on the cellophane, but I'm just going to go ahead and give it a good little cut, and we're going to remove this first cellophane. As always, do not like to read the ingredients ahead of time. I like to let my taste buds do the exploration. However, the only way that I was able to identify these was by, more or less understanding the initial heat source. So let me go ahead and give this one a good shake actually first. So nice, bright, orangish red color to this sauce. And get this one going here. Great aroma. Definitely picking up a little bit of sweetness to this. A little bit of like a fruity aroma. And then definitely pepper forward, smelling a little bit of garlic. So looking forward to this, but let's go ahead and give this a good pour. Tablespoon there. Nice hearty tablespoon. Let's get just a little bit more. All right. There we go. Just want it on that level of almost falling off, but not quite there. All right. Cheers. Smooth initial body, great flavor in that initial up front. You're getting the garlic, a little bit of the savoriness. You're definitely picking up a sweet note in that initial taste. And then as all of that starts to fade back, then you're starting to get that pepper body carrying forward and really making itself known. You know, for being a red Moruga sauce, this is definitely done geared towards definitely more of a flavor base of a flavorful sauce than a just straight up pepper in your face burn. Not to say that this doesn't have heat. This is definitely a nice medium heat sauce with a slow build. And so I can feel it really hitting the back of the throat good. It's still kind of getting the front of the mouth a little bit going on there, but really just activating now and turning up the heat. So definitely a slower build on this sauce, but I think it's pretty safe to say this is a medium heat sauce, maybe a medium high, but a medium heat sauce. So all in all, amazing stuff. Wolfe's Inferno. That is the first one there. And let's go ahead and check out this next one. All right, let's go ahead and grab this one here, and we'll get this one opened up. Now, once again, for those that are keeping track, this one here does not have a cellophane, pull tab or anything that on this one. So once again, while I brought out the knife, but the first one did. So no worries, no harm, no foul. Easy use case to use the knife. This one is much more bright red, much more of a bright/dark red. You see the brightness whenever it's like more thinned out. In the overall presence, it is a much deeper, darker red to this one. So let's go ahead and get into this one. All right, let's go ahead and get a good aroma. Much more floral, pepper forward notes on that initial aroma. Well, in this one, you're not getting quite that sweet note carrying forward. You are getting a little bit of a savory note to that overall aroma. Definitely much more pepper forward. You're picking up a little bit of that floral aroma aspect, that more pungent chinense carried forward in this second sauce here. So let's go ahead and jump on into this one. Cheers. Nice texture to the sauce. There's like seed bits, etc. going on there. But, you know, overall flow consistency on both of these, once they get going, they are going good. So definitely love that. It has a nice enough hold and a nice enough flow that it's really versatile in that sense. Both of these sauces I would be comfortable using on anything like a traditional savory dish. Probably not my go-to for, say, a dessert per se, but the second sauce, hands down, from an initial heat standpoint, it is much faster to get there. It's much more a full-on mouth assault, and then now you can start to feel it really start to park more towards the back of the throat. On this one here, this one I'd probably say is, right there on that cusp of being a medium-high heat to a high heat sauce. All in all, great flavor. Between the two, I would say the red Moruga has a bit more of a sweet, savory body to it, as to where the second sauce here, it's still picking up more of the garlic notes and more of the savory notes in that pepper-forward nature. So the sweetness kind of gets a little bit edged out in that second sauce. So all in all, phenomenal stuff there from Wolfe's Inferno. But hey, now it's time for some tincture. So let me go ahead and get this thing preloaded here. And we will get this party started. So, almost there. Get a little bit of this, and we should be good. There we go. All right. So, once again, this is a Chocolate Primotalii tincture here. Let's go ahead and get a good aroma going off of, see if we, definitely picking up the pepper notes, but I would be interested to know as far as the choice of what was used to help suspend the pepper powder, the capsaicin, the tincture that, to make the tincture. Because it does have a sweeter note to it, so that's interesting. But definitely picking up that, but there we go, full dropper. Bop, 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 bop. Okay, cool. Now, cheers. Nice full-on mouth sting assault, if you will. Simply just because of the, of course, first and foremost, the swoosh. Being able to take that, swish it around, really let it sink in. Definitely feeling this one. Tincture is not geared towards those individuals that are just starting out. It's for those that are constantly working on pushing themselves and finding creative ways of using it. Phenomenal stuff. Great overall pepper body on that. I can feel a spicy tear coming down on this side now, but absolutely phenomenal stuff. Deep mouth burn. Back of the throat's starting to go right now, but deep mouth burn and absolutely amazing. Loving all the, different variety of choices here from Wolfe's Inferno, and really like what you got going on there. So, hey, if you want to keep up with Wolfe's Inferno, I'll have the direct links down below for all the ways you can keep up with him. And I don't know if he's selling all these sauces yet or not, or how this whole thing works, but reach out to him and inquire on that. So, absolutely phenomenal. Talking about the overall burn, burn is now migrated to the throat, a little bit on the chest, nothing too crazy, but sinuses are going, as you can see, getting a little bit of, maybe a second spicy tear over here, but all in all, phenomenal stuff. As you can see here, got one little spicy tear going on that side, a little bit of sinuses are clearing up on that, but all in all, phenomenal stuff. Deep mouth burn, deep back of the throat burn. Nothing really in the chest, maybe a little bit in the chest, but nothing in the stomach. Absolutely phenomenal. Once again, that was a Chocolate Primotalii tincture from Wolfe's Inferno. Absolutely loved it. Thank you so much. Oh, there goes the second tier. So, phenomenal stuff. I'm Brandon Swearing from Everything from the World of Hot. This has been Scorching and Swearing.
This has been Scorching and Swearing with your host, Brandon Swear.